Champions League is ready to rock and roll again. And what does that mean? It's time for predictions, baby. Woohoo! I'm going to be predicting all of the matches in match day 5 of the Champions League. We're already up to match day 5. That is insane. It was a crazy match day 4. It's been a crazy international break. Scotland, what happened in that game? Ireland, what happened in that game? So it'd be good to get back to the biggest tournament in club football. If you guys love the Champions League, smash the like, hit the big red subscribe button. We've hit 500,000 subscribers, so I can't thank you guys enough. I love every single one of you. And yeah, no more celebrations because we're saving that for when City win the Champions League. But let's get in to this Champions League match day 5 predictions. 5 for 500k. And we're beginning with Ajax versus Benfica. Now, Ajax, dead last. 4 games, 4 defeats, bottom of the table. They've hit rock bottom. The only way that they can go is up, surely. But I tell you, Benfica have improved a little bit under Jose Mourinho, but they are also struggling as well. Because also, they're the place above them. They have not won a game either. They've played 4, lost 4, and they're only separated by, I think it's about 7 goals, I think. I think Ajax are on -13 and Benfica are on -6, if I can remember rightly. So it is 36th versus 35th to kick off the video. Talk about an absolute fest. But this is where we're beginning. Now, Benfica was surprisingly beaten at home to Bayer Leverkusen. Ajax, well, they've lost to everybody, haven't they? Galatasaray, Chelsea, Marseille, they were battered by them. That was the one that stood out. I was at that game. I can probably see this one being a draw. Surely a team is going to get... Well, we know for sure that one of these 2 teams is getting some points on the board at the end of this match because they can't both stay on 0. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go 1-1 at the Amsterdam Arena. I don't think it'll be the best game to watch. I don't think there'll be a lot of goals. It's going to be a very tense affair. It wouldn't surprise me if Benfica go there and win. Mourinho kind of play a low block, hit a 1-0. Ajax don't really score goals. They also can't stop conceding goals. So maybe that happens, but I can't really see this one being entertaining. But I'm going to stick with my prediction and go 1-1 in this game. Galatasaray taking on Union Saint-Gilloise. This should be a simple win for Galatasaray. It's going to be interesting to see when they come to the Etihad on the final match day, whereabouts Galatasaray are. But they're doing well, and I see them getting another 3 points. They're at Turk Telecom Arena. They're at home. So I can't really see Union Saint-Gilloise getting there and getting a result. But I did say that when they went to PSV in match day 1. And that was quite a surprise. But I think Galatasaray win this one comfortably. I'm going to go Gala 3. Union Saint-Gilloise 1. I think they'll get on the score sheet. Like, they are quite good attacking. But they haven't really got the results over the last couple of match days. Battered to Newcastle and never really built on the game against PSV. So I'm going to go with the Galatasaray win. Bodo Glimt Juventus. This might be the easiest game that I ever predict. This has got 0-0 written absolutely all over it. Juventus have obviously sacked the manager and a new manager has come in. They drew with Sporting Club de Portugal in the last round. I think Sporting were unlucky not to win that game, but it was at Juve. I think I said maybe 2-1 Juve or even a 1-1 draw. I might have nailed that one dead on. But I don't, and they drew the Turin derby 0-0. Surprised? No. This has got 0-0 written absolutely all over it. There we go. 0-0 is my score prediction for this game. Let's move on. Borussia Dortmund are taking on Villarreal. Now, Dortmund were handed their first defeat in a long time. Only they've been defeated to Bayern Munich this season. But now, Manchester City, what a result. We'll come on to City in a bit. But I thought Dortmund just got played off the park by a better team in that game. I don't think Dortmund did a lot wrong. They didn't really do a lot right, to be fair. But I thought that City were just better in every single aspect. More sturdy at the back, way better in midfield. That was the game. Dortmund lost in the midfield. They couldn't get hold of the ball. They couldn't get anything to happen. The goal came on the wing and was finished off by Anton, which was a fantastic finish for a centre-back. Schlotterbeck and Anton kind of got bullied from Haaland, and Jeremy Doku was very good in that game as well. So, very good win. But Dortmund, it was quite surprised to see them lose. Now they're back at home to Villarreal. Villarreal, they're chugging along, aren't they? They're not really doing anything special. But I think Borussia Dortmund will get back to winning ways in the Champions League with this one. I'm going to go with a 3-1 home victory Dortmund, maybe Anton to score another header. Why not? Anton to score, and then Guirassy back on the score sheet. He was pretty quiet at the Etihad. I was quite surprised about that. Yeah, maybe a Guirassy second one as well. So, yeah, Dortmund back to winning ways. Chelsea versus Barcelona. Oh, baby. What a game. Usually, when these two teams play each other, it's chaos. It's fantastic chaos to watch. I remember growing up, watching the first leg of the Chelsea versus Barcelona game on ITV. Drogba scored 1-0. I had to go to my because we didn't have Sky. I had to go to my grandparents' house to watch the return leg, and thank goodness I did. Barca, obviously, Biscuits equalising quickly. I can't even remember who scored the second Barcelona goal. I think it might have been Iniesta who made it 2-0, or Pedro. And then, obviously, Ramirez with that absolute... Ramirez's goal doesn't get talked enough about. I think Chelsea fans will agree with me for that. It doesn't get talked enough. And then, obviously, Torres stole the headlines. Chelsea went to beat Bayern in their own backyard at their own game on penalties. What an iconic quote that is from Clive Tildesley. Now we're taking on Barcelona at Stamford Bridge. This is going to be one hell of a game. Barcelona, obviously, lost the El Clasico. Lost the game against PSG. Dropped points against Bruges as well. That finished 3-3. I did say that game could be chaos, and I was right. They have to bounce back. Chelsea, they're doing all right, but they've got a lot of injuries, which is concerning. Is Enzo Maresca even back on the touchline yet? I don't even know. But Yamal needs to start showing up. There's a lot going on in his social life and his personal life that I think is reflecting on his performance on the pitch. I don't think Lewandowski's still fit. I don't think Rafinha's still fit. Marcus Rashford has actually been playing really, really well. And the last time he was on English soil playing a game in the Champions League, he scored 2 goals against Newcastle in a 2-1 Barcelona win. And Marcus Rashford, one of the best goals that I've ever seen Marcus Rashford score, came at Stamford Bridge in the League Cup with one of the most outrageous free kicks I have ever watched on the telly. That was fantastic. What a goal that was. So usually Rashford has a good game against Chelsea as well. He scored for Man United when they beat them 4-0 back in 2019. Scored a couple more goals against the Blues in the past as well. He is going to be the danger man. But it's another similar occasion. I think Barcelona are 12th and Chelsea are 13th at the time of recording. So it is literally, they're on the same points and they're going at each other. This is a 6-pointer. Chelsea are at home. It's difficult. Barcelona haven't got a great record at Stamford Bridge, except that Ronaldinho ridiculous goal that was from outside the box. This is tough to predict. This is tough to call. When it is tough to call like this and Chelsea are at home, I'm thinking draw, but in my head, I think Chelsea might nick this. I'm going to back my gut here. I am going with a Chelsea win. Really crazy, but I think Chelsea might just nick it. Chelsea 2, Barcelona 1. I think this is going to be entertainment. I think there's going to be controversial moments. I think there could be a last-minute winner or a VAR incident. This game is going to be great. And if you're not watching it, then watch it because it will be good. Barca have to win. I think Barca have to win this one more than Chelsea. And Chelsea are at home. I don't think Chelsea will get in the top 8. I think they will get in the knockout playoff round and then try and push through that way. Barcelona have to get in the top 8. They were lucky not to get to the final last year after Rafinha. Obviously, I thought he'd won it in Inter. And then, obviously, Inter were a disaster in the final. I think Barcelona would have given PSG a way better game than ultimately Inter gave them. But this is going to be really good to watch. I'm going Chelsea 2-1 win, straight through for Maresca's men. MCFC, okay, we never win at home, we never win away. We're playing by Leverkusen today. Here we go. City versus Bayer Leverkusen at the Etihad Stadium. I'll be there, of course. This is going to be fun. Bayer Leverkusen obviously have lost pretty much everybody, but got a very, very good win away at Benfica in the last match day. And that was their first win of the tournament. So they're up to 5 points, 2 draws and a win. City, we're 4th! We're doing good! I'm really pleased with what we're doing, especially in the Champions League. We are unbeaten, one of the only, I think, 3 teams unbeaten, because PSG lost. I think it's Bayern, Arsenal and City are the maybe Inter, are the only 4, let's put Inter in there, are the only 4 teams that have not yet lost. So we've been really good. We've had difficult home games as well to Napoli and Dortmund, brushed them aside. The Monaco draw was very disappointing because we should have been like 6-1 up at one point. Unfortunately, we drew 2-2. And then a good win away at Villarreal in the first 4 games. Leverkusen at home, this should be a City win. I can't really see anything else. Leverkusen are good. We've got to watch Grimaldo's free kicks. But for me, I think City are going to win this quite comfortably. I'll go 4-1 to the boys in blue. Grimaldo to bag an absolute beauty from outside the box. That could happen. and then City to run riot. I'm reckoning another Haaland hat-trick. One of the most informed players in the world right now, best striker in the world right now, just got his team to the World Cup, and maybe a Jeremy Doku goal as well. But I can also see Nico O'Reilly stepping up, and he is stepping up. I'm really pleased with City so far. We've got a big game to Newcastle at the time of recording. That's tomorrow. I'm going to predict that as well while I'm here. I think Newcastle always show up for the big game, so I would take a draw. So I will go 2-2. The boys will put it on the screen like what it actually is. So hopefully City won, all being well. I will watch this back. But yeah, I think we're going to win 4-1. Marseille, Newcastle United. Now this is going to be fun. Safe journey to any Geordies going out there. Marseille fans are some of the best in the world, but they're also some of the most loco and loca fans in the world. They are crazy, but it's going to be a special atmosphere at the Orange Velodrome. So stay safe, all of you. What a game this is going to be. Marseille in good form. Literally, at the time of recording, I think they beat Nice 5-1. Let me just double check. It was 4-1 when I last looked, but it might have been 5. It was 5-1. 5-1 against Nice. That's a little bit of a local game for them on the south coast there. So they're coming into it in good form. Obviously, Newcastle are playing City, so that is a difficult game for Newcastle. Newcastle going away to the Orange Velodrome. Tottenham did win there a couple of years ago. I remember Højbjerg, who funny enough now plays for Marseille, scoring a last-minute goal against the Lily Whites. So who knows what's going to happen, hence why I'm here predicting it. And I think that Marseille are going to win. That is my gut reaction. That is the atmosphere I think will intimidate Newcastle. I think Newcastle are still edging a bit on European experience, and the fear factor of playing at St James's Park does take its toll, and I think that'll repercussion them when they go to the Orange Velodrome. I'm going to go with a Marseille win. I'm going to keep it tight. I'm going to go Marseille 3, Newcastle 2. I think there's going to be goals. I think both defences are leaking goals this year. Don't think Dan Burn is as solid as he used to be. Botman's still recovering back from that injury. I'm not sure if Lascelles is going to be fit. Shah's going to be fit. It may be Lascelles playing, and Kieran Trippier might be a little bit past his best. So I do think Aubameyang, I do think Mason Greenwood, who's having a good season, can exploit, and Pixel can exploit that Newcastle defence. And I think Marseille are going to win by 3-2. What an epic game that would be for the atmosphere as well. So I'm looking forward to that one. Napoli, Qarabag. Qarabag got a great result at home to Chelsea, 2-2. Napoli, well, I nailed that result. Absolutely nailed that result in the last one. I called it 0-0. I knew it'd be 0-0. I said it'd be 0-0, and it was 0-0. Surely this one won't be, but I think it'll be an Italian win. I think it'll be 2-0 to Napoli. Very, very Italian. Qarabag, they may do something, you know, the Azerbaijanis, because they've done well against Chelsea. I still go on about that Benfica result in match day 1. That was fantastic, tenacious. They could still get through, crazy enough. They could get into the knockout playoff round, and they go and get a point here, or even a win. That would do them an absolute world of good. I'm still not convinced of Napoli because of that 6-2 defeat to PSV. But then again, they do have Scott McTominay, who scores bicycle kicks. He's an absolute machine. I'm a ginger brother KDB, but unfortunately he's now injured. They are going to miss him. So I'm going to go 2-0 Naps. That was my gut reaction. I'm sticking with it. Slavia Prague take on Athletic Club Bilbao. Bilbao obviously got their first win in the group last week. And Prague were... Do you know what? I watched that game against Arsenal, and they weren't bad. They were not bad at all. So I think this could be a draw. I think if anybody can win there, it probably will be Bilbao if I had to pick a winner. But I think Slavia's performance against Arsenal was very, very good. So, and I think they're a bit underrated. And on another day, they could have won that. Really, they could have won that. I think Arsenal had it under control in hindsight. But on another day, crazy things could have happened, and they could have won that. I was quite impressed with their performance. So I'll go with the draw. I'll go 1-1. That's my prediction for that. But I think Bilbao might win. But I'll go 1-1. Why not? Copenhagen take on Kairat Almaty. This should be a comprehensive win for Copenhagen at Parken. I think it'll be close, though. I'm going to go 2-1 to Copenhagen for them to defeat the team from Kazakhstan. Pafos take on Monaco. Pafos are actually doing okay. Pafos are doing okay. And Monaco, that was a very, very bad defeat in the last game. They seem to be good at home, but terrible away. And I generally think Pafos might win this one. I really do think Pafos might win this one. I'm going to go with a 1-0 victory for Pafos. Pafos have been good at home. They scored against Bayern Munich. They were never going to beat Bayern Munich, but they scored against them. They got a good result against Olympiacos away from home. That's a very difficult place to go to. We'll cover Olympiacos Real Madrid in a little bit, hence why I've got the jersey on. And I've just come back from Greece, so the Greeks are very excited about that game. But for me, I think the Cypriot team, Pafos, are going to win this one by 1-0. Here we go then, guys. The top two collide. Arsenal take on Bayern Munich. It's first versus second at the Emirates Stadium. And hopefully, I'm going to be there to watch it. It is going to be a very, very good match. Two of the best teams in Europe, arguably, are going at it. And literally, in the last 5 minutes, I've just got something on my screen now to say that Luis Diaz's red card has not been overturned, meaning he is going to be suspended for 3 games for dangerous foul play. So that is a big loss for Bayern Munich because he has been one of the best attackers in world football, and going up against the best defence in world football, that is going to be a massive, massive blow for Bayern Munich. Does that sway my prediction a little bit? Yes, it does. Every week I go on about I'm still not convinced by Bayern Munich's defence, yet they go to PSG and did absolutely phenomenal. What a game that was. And do you know what? I slag off the defence week in, week out. I say I don't think it's comfortable. I still think Upamecano is a liability. But oh my God, he is so good. And the lad that's covering in at left back is brilliant as well. Conrad Laimer may not be a right back, but oh my word, did he have a good game at the Parc des Princes. He's going up against Kvaratskhelia, one of the best left wingers on the planet. And Conrad Laimer was absolutely excellent in that match. And the Bayern defence very much surprised me. But then you got the best defence in the world in Arsenal. But they are missing Gabriel. Arteta has not said how long he's going to be out for. He's just going to be out for weeks. That is a massive, massive blow. Gabriel is one of the most emotional players on the football pitch. He can just let somebody go out for a corner. He'll turn around to the crowd at every point, geeing them up. And that emotion is making him a better player. And from corners, he is an absolute devastation. I can tell you that as a City fan. He is a devastation. And I think this year, he's been better than Saliba. I think pretty much since the start of 2025, I think he's been better than Saliba. And Saliba got in the team of the year. Saliba was the one with the plaudits. Saliba is the one that came in alongside Gabriel from Marseille. They recalled him from his loan. His loan just expired and he just fit right in. And he has been the player to change Arsenal from a good team to a great team. But now Julian Timber in there as well, Calafiori in there as well. Whether they're going with Mosquera, whether they go with Hincapié, they have got strength in depth. But replacing Gabriel is so difficult because he's Gabriel. He is one of the best centre-backs in world football right now. And this could be so, so good. This could be such a good game. I mean, Pavlovic has been fantastic. Kimmich has been fantastic. I don't think Musiala's fit yet. I think he's back in training. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he'll start. Obviously, they're missing Luis Diaz, which I think now Gnabry will go out to the wing. And then Elise will play on the other one. And then Harry Kane will be up front. Who starts on that last spot in midfield? Because Bayern fans have been saying to me that Goretzka is not usually a starter. But I think he will play for this game. Arsenal's defence is still very good. If Mosquera or Hincapié come in, it's still a very, very good back four. Worry about them a little bit in midfield. Martin Odegaard obviously is injured. That's a bad loss for them. So Rice and Zubamendi's going to have to step up and they're going to need some creativity in midfield, which they're lacking. And obviously Gyökeres is out too. So I don't know. This is tight. When it's tight, I'm leaning towards a draw, guys. I think this is tough because whenever I consider it, I thought Atleti would give Arsenal a much better game at the Emirates than subsequently they did. And I do think Bayern Munich will give Arsenal a good game. Like, they went and won at the Champions. They went and won at PSG away. That's hard. That is difficult. That is PSG's first loss in the Champions League since they were terrible last year. So I'm going to draw. I'm going to go draw. I'm going to keep it simple, keep it short and sweet, but I'm going to go 2 each. I think both defences could get opened up. Obviously, Arsenal missing their main man, and Bayern Munich is still missing Alphonso Davies as well. So I do think there's goals in this game. But then again, that Bayern defence so good against PSG. I'm going 2-2. I keep changing my mind. I'm doing an indecisiveness. I'm being Jeremy Doku last year when he needed a final product and he got it all wrong and being indecisive. And now he's sick. So I'm going to be like him. I'm just going to lock in 2 each. Let's do it. Atletico de Madrid, Inter Milan. Oh, bring a pillow if you're going to this. Bring a pillow if you're going to this. This is either going to be one of the best games that we've watched or one of the worst. Simeone against Italian Inter. 0-0. 0-0. This has got 0-0 written absolutely all over it. It's going to be either 5-1 Atleti or 0-0 or 1-0 Inter. But then again, they did beat Inter Milan on penalties a couple of years ago to knock them out in 2024. I'm going 0-0. Yeah, this is a Simeone game if I've ever seen one. Yeah, let's move on. Eintracht Frankfurt take on Atalanta. Atalanta are good, Frankfurt are not good. So Atalanta are definitely going to win this game at Deutsche Bank Park. I'm going to go 2-0 to Atalanta. They're a good team. I can see them getting in the knockout playoff round. Obviously, I thought they'd miss the old manager a lot more than they have. And they're still pretty good, which is good to see. So I'm going with Atalanta to win 2-0. Liverpool, PSV. Liverpool have to bounce back. I mean, they are beginning to bounce back a little bit. It can't get as bad as it got when they lost to Man United, when they lost to Brentford, when they bottled a lead constantly. Like, it's not going to be as bad as that. But then City did batter them 3-0. So I still think a lot of problems are there for Liverpool. But at home at Anfield, they had 2 very good wins. One against Real Madrid, in which all the players and fans and even me, I thought, yeah, Liverpool are back. But it seems to be they're great at Anfield, but they struggle away from home. Like, they struggled away from home the whole season. And a lot of the disappointing results, with the exception of the Man United one, have been away from home. Obviously, good win against Villa, good win against Real Madrid, terrible against City. But on another day, the Van Dijk goal stands and it's 1-1. It's anybody's game. So I don't think Liverpool they're improving. And I think they will win this game comfortably. I think they'll get a lot of goals in this game as well to just get their confidence levels back up. 5-0 to Liverpool. I'm locking that one in. This is a good game for them. And that's no disrespect for PSV. I just think Liverpool need a game where everything flies into the back of the net and they get the confidence back up and then go and push for some trophies this year. So I think Liverpool will win this one 5-0. Olympiacos, Real Madrid. Bring your ear protectors. This atmosphere will be genuinely one of the best ever. It will be so, so good. Oh my word. You might hear the Olympiacos fans from the centre of Athens, from Piraeus. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. The European Kings are going to the Georgia Krakow Stadium to take on Olympiacos, and what a game this is going to be. Always a good game when these two play each other as well. Real Madrid doing all right. Obviously, not a great performance against Liverpool, was it? It wasn't the best. They were kind of battered from minute 1 to minute 90. I think 1-0 was a very, very in justification of the score. I don't recall Madrid having hardly any chances except that Bellingham one. Also, Bellingham's getting an unnecessary lot of hate, I think. I think this is very, very unjustified, what the hate that Bellingham's getting right now. He's a very promising young player. He's a very, very good player. Okay, he's got a bit of an ego, but look at Yamal. Look at the great players. They've all got egos, okay? It doesn't matter. That's my take on the Bellingham stance. I think this is really unjustifiably poor hate from people. Like, stop hating on him, man. Let him do his thing. And hopefully he can use this to him and let him cook even more. Obviously, the man of the match in the Classico. And he is coming back from an injury as well, guys. Don't forget that. So, yeah, come on, guys. Let's lay off him a little bit. And I do think he'll score in this game. I do think Madrid will win this game. They've got to bounce back after that poor one to Liverpool. But going away to Anfield and then away to Georgia Krakow is very, very difficult. That is 2 difficult away days back to back. And I wouldn't be surprised if Madrid lost them both, because it's not... I don't think Madrid will win the Champions League this year. But then again, I've said that a lot over my life. And there's a reason why they are the European Kings and got 15 Champions Leagues. But this doesn't feel like it's the same Madrid team that, like in 2022 in this jersey, they relied on Benzema. Ballon d'Or winning performances week after week after week, got them through. In 2024, I just think they were the best of a bad bunch, and it was City versus Madrid, and the low block worked, and then they kind of got an easy draw, obviously, against Bayern Munich in the semi-final. I thought that they would dispose of Bayern quite easily. They made hard work of that, but got through eventually, and then beat Dortmund in the final. So, yeah, I think... I don't know, because Mbappe's on it. I don't think it'll be Madrid's year, but I think they'll win this game. I'm going to go Real Madrid 2, Olympiacos 1. Well, Olympiacos 1, Real Madrid 2. Olympiacos are at home, my apologies. I think Olympiacos need to give it absolutely everything to try and win this game, because even if they do go out, if they beat Madrid at home, that's a win for them. Paris Saint-Germain are taking on Tottenham Hotspur at the Parc des Princes. PSG have to bounce back, and no better country to do it than English opposition. Oh yes, they beat Villa, they beat City, they beat Liverpool, they beat Arsenal. The Premier League threw everything at PSG last year, and PSG smoked them all. With the exception of Aston Villa at Villa Park. But I think PSG took the foot off the gas when they went 2-0 up at Villa Park. I know Villa fans will be like, oh my God, if we scored one more goal, maybe we could have won the game. But no, if PSG they didn't take the foot off at 2-0, they probably could have beaten you 5-0. But yeah, great limbs, obviously McGinn, Konza, and then he should have scored another one. But yeah, PSG love playing English opposition. They haven't played Tottenham yet, and Tottenham are very inconsistent. 1 minute they look good, like against Man United. In the second half against that game, I thought justifiably they got a winning goal, but then Man United scored from a set piece, so 2-2, blew another game. I think Tottenham struggle on goals. I think Richarlison needs to step up. If you know the pigeon, you know. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game, and I think PSG will bounce back after that defeat against Bayern Munich. So I am going to go, I think PSG will batter Tottenham, to be fair. I'll go PSG 4, Tottenham Hotspur 1. It could be a magical night for Tottenham in the Champions League, which they've had many of against the big teams away, to be fair to them. But I just think PSG need an English team to play against after a disappointing defeat to put 10 men Bayern Munich as well. Didn't mention that when I mentioned Bayern Munich. To do that with 10 men as well, fantastic. So yeah, PSG to win this one and give Tottenham a smoking. I actually really like Sporting Club de Portugal because I'm one of the only English fans that doesn't call Sporting the wrong name, because everybody calls it Sporting Lisbon. It's not Sporting Lisbon, it is Sporting. I call it. So I'm not. But I just don't think that they're there. So I'm going to go with a draw in this game because Bruges are good. Great result for them against Barca. I'm going to go 1-1. So there are my predictions for match day 5 of the Champions League. Can Olympiacos stun Real Madrid? Will PSG get back to winning ways by beating another English team at the Parc des Princes? Will Man City beat and defeat Leverkusen? Can Barcelona go to Stamford Bridge and finally win? And will Arsenal and Bayern be a first versus second cracker? Who knows? You know the score. Let me know your comments and your thoughts and your predictions down in the comments. I read them all. Even if I don't reply to them, I've read it. Trust me. So I will see you guys in the next one. This week's schedule: City versus Leverkusen, Arsenal Bayern Munich, and Nottingham Forest versus Malmo in the Europa League. A rerun of a European Cup final in which Forest defeated the Swedish team to lift their trophy. So enjoy this week. Subscribe to be notified of when the videos drop. And the Champions League is back, baby. This is going to be a good week. I got a feeling.